Talk UK, Pro Beez, aka Frankie B, and the German Whip. Remember, like, share, comment, subscribe to Pep Talk UK. Now, reaction to the Champions League draw. Ajax will take on Juventus, and Ajax in buoyant mood from the slaying of Real Madrid. Yes, the most successful European side in the history of the competition, knocking them out in some fashion. Tadic, De Ligt, Frankie de Jong, they were all displaying magnifique, let me excuse my French, skills in the last round, and they really put Real Madrid to the sword, both home and away. So Ajax at home for the first leg. I'm sure with this crop of new talent that they've got, they would fancy their chances against Juventus, who have massively impressed a lot of football enthusiasts like myself. People who locked into the Champions League with that 3-0 victory over Atletico Madrid, a team that doesn't concede goals, let alone be 2-0 up and throw it away. So Juventus, I've got the chance to overcome Ajax, and they've got a big chance, mainly because of the legend, the GOAT, Cristiano Ronaldo, a man that keeps scoring. Magnificent hat-trick in the last round against Atletico Madrid. Moving on, Liverpool, well, I'm not going to talk too much about this, but for me, they've got a nice cushy tie against Porto at home for the first leg, and I really expect Liverpool with that front line of Firmino, Salah, Mane, Alex Chamberlain even coming back from injury, Shaqiri, I expect them to really put Porto to the sword in the first leg and just break on Porto in the away leg. I mean, they've got the pacey players to do that. So Liverpool, in the quest for the Premier League, it looks like they've got, I won't say a blight to the next round, but let's face it, most people wanted Porto in the quarterfinals. So Liverpool, I expect them to go through, no problem. Liverpool versus Porto. Now, there's the most mouth-watering clashes to talk about. Tottenham versus Manchester City. Now, this is potentially the worst draw that Spurs could have hoped to have been given, especially in recent form. Not winning 2 games, drawing against Arsenal, and even though Spurs comfortably disposed of Dortmund in the last round, I think you find that they're up against a titanic side of Man City, Man City that are on their way to potentially maybe doing a treble. Could that happen? I mean, they've already won the League Cup. They're looking strong in the league, and they're also favourites for the Champions League. And by God, it's going to be a tall order for Spurs, but for the neutrals, it will be a spectacular game of football. Finally, another game that also whets the appetite, you know. It's just like the stellar steak after the canopies. It is Manchester United versus Barcelona. Barcelona, Messi and all, will be taking on a United side that is fully resurgent. I mean, yeah, they lost their last game to Arsenal, but Solskjaer, prior to that defeat, hadn't lost away in the Premier League. And Manchester United, as a club, the fans, the energy is back in the club. And if you remember, back in the day when they had Ryan Giggs, Scholes, a lot of the Ferguson, babes, as they called them, the British core, the Nevilles, etc., the European nights at Old Trafford were lit up. I remember Ryan Giggs ripping up Porto one night on the Champions League as well. So there's going to be a lot to expect in terms of entertainment, in terms of Man United really sticking the game to Barcelona. Yes, they're not the favourites, but I see Manchester United giving Barcelona a good team who let's face it, a apart from TT at the back, are quite suspect pace-wise, but Man United also suspect. As for Barcelona, comfortable in La Liga. They always do well in the league, but they're not the Barcelona of old. But going forward, you know, they have an attack to dispose of any team in the competition. And with that legend, another GOAT, Messi, Manchester United will be certainly fearful. So the quarter-final draw has taken place, and this is the time where really we start to see what the Champions League is all about. The knockout stages, the squeaky bum time towards the end of the competition, and we hope that, you know, the English sides can make it to the final. And it's looking that way, that with the amount of sides that we've got left in the competition, that we'll probably have one in the final. But that's the Champions League draw. It's Pep Talk UK. Like, share, comment, subscribe to Pep Talk UK. Champions League quarter-final draw. Reaction.